Entry and exit tones are off.
Okay, I think we in the house. Everybody here? Can't tell if we in the house, man. Hey, drop some fire emojis if you got us. All right. Good morning, millionaires. What's up? Good morning. If you've never been here before, every single Monday we do mindset. Every single now, Carvel. The class is tonight, baby. The class is tonight. The class is tonight. This is also the last kind of like run of the morning classes being exactly like this. What's up, Yuli? Glad you made it in. What's up, Gina? Nah, Carvel, you got it. That's crazy. You missed the offer class talking to your wife about class. Yeah. What's up? What's up? Glad everybody is, busy. There you go. What's up, Aisha? I'm glad you made it in. Kick it with a couple entrepreneurs. Let them know we in the house. Tonight is your next master class. It's all about how to make better offers. How to make better offers. I hope you're ready for that. If you want to know how you can get involved, you want to go to millionaireminded.com and grab it. You want to go to millionaireminded.com and grab it. Our last master class, people seem to get a whole lot out of. We had a lot of fun with that thing. And one thing about it, man, I really feel like most people just don't know how valuable their business really is. And so they end up settling. You know what I'm saying, Samaya? What's up, Naire? So our whole goal is to help you like get to it for real. Let's go, Crystal. Yeah. So tonight at 8 p.m. is an incredible masterclass that we're doing. It's called How to Make Better Offers. And the main thing that I try to let people know about offers is that, at the end of the day, If your offer is good enough, you don't even need sales skills, man. Yeah, what's up, Keisha? Who's waiting on you, Queen? What's up, Kay Nicole? All right. So check it out. We're gonna get into this leadership training because of the fact that it's a Thursday. That's what today is about. It's about leadership, right? And what I wanted to do was talk about, since this is the first day of a brand new month, happy Black History Month, everybody. I wanted to give you some traits that I think will help you to grow a little bit, because what research shows is that resilient people think differently. They just think differently. And isn't thought the main thing that makes you a different person? Isn't the difference between this person and that person mostly the way they think? Everybody has a different set of skills. Sometimes they've learned these skills. Sometimes the skills are innate, the stuff they were born with. But these skills allow different people to persevere, manage stress, triumph in the face of adversity differently than others. So when you're going through a crisis, if there are 5 traits that seem to make people more resilient, wouldn't you want to know what they are? If there were 5 traits that you could work on in your own personality and therefore be able to predict the fact that you'll come out more mentally tough, wouldn't you want to know those traits? Of course you would, right? And so that's what we're going to cover today. I want you to jot these in your notes. This is going to be a real quick training. I want you to get ready for tonight's masterclass. I want you to invite everybody you can. Make sure that you get them to the newsletter, et cetera, so forth. This has nothing to do with Nove, by the way. This is a completely different world that I take people into that has to do with entrepreneurship in general. This has nothing to do with Nove. But what I want you to do is write down these notes. I want you to get real clear on how you feel like you rank on a scale of 1 to 10 with each of these traits. 1 is, I don't need that one. I got it down. 10 is, oh, listen, that is a huge area for improvement with me. No, that's the same thing. 1 is, no, I said it. 1 is, I got that down. 10 is, this is a huge area for improvement with me. So let's run through it. Here's the first one. They are authentic. Can you give me that in the comments? Authenticity. And then share this with somebody. The thing about resilient people, y'all, is they're at peace with their humanity. I tell people this a lot of times, right? But I don't know if it's the mistakes that they made along the way and how that humbled them. I don't know if life experience has made them accept their own vulnerability. But one thing about resilient people, they're authentic and they don't let their imperfections hinder them. Anybody ever seen 8 Mile? There's a whole sales technique. There's a whole mental toughness technique that Eminem put on display in that movie, in the scene where he just starts rapping about himself. Like, yeah, I'm from the trailer park. Yeah, I'm a white boy. Yeah, my mom does drugs. Okay, what else you got? And then the other dude was completely powerless. That's authenticity. That's the power of authenticity. Somebody who's authentic don't think failing makes them a failure. Somebody who's authentic realizes there's no such thing as failure. There's only feedback. Somebody give me that in the chat. There's no failure. There's only feedback. Can somebody give me that? There's no failure. There's only feedback. And as a leader, your ability to kind of navigate challenges and lead effectively, even when the environment is uncertain, is what's going to set you apart. It's what's going to positively influence the people that you lead. Your team is looking at you for clues about how to respond in these times. And it's the organizations that thrive, that decide to embrace the change. The ones who have the high psychological capital, the mental toughness, the grit. Those are the ones that end up lasting. Millionaires, if they have the resilience to see the big picture, if they have the resilience to embrace a new vision, if they have the resilience to work together, to persevere toward that, you're doing a good job as a leader with your authenticity. Am I making sense? That's the first one. If you're ready for number 2, give me a number 2 and a share. Give me a number 2 and a share if I'm making sense. Scale of 1 to 10, y'all. How do you see yourself on authenticity? Let me see it. Scale of 1 to 10. 1 is nah. I'm good on authentic, Hazi. And 10 is that's a huge opportunity for improvement for me. I find myself caring too much what people think. You know what? I'm too much of a people pleaser. You know what? I don't set boundaries well. If you're getting closer to that level, then maybe you give yourself an 8 or a 9 or a 10. Huh? Authenticity, y'all. Here's the second one. We ready? Here's the second one. Okay, I like those scores. I like that introspection. That's really good. I like that. All right, here's the second one. They're flexible thinkers. You know, I was told that the 2 most important words in leadership are creativity and flexibility, because creativity says there's always a way, and flexibility says there's always more than one way. Are you a flexible thinker? Even if you initially struggle with negative thoughts, resilient people are self-aware enough to notice when their thinking is really self-sabotage at play. A resilient leader ain't the one that's jumping to conclusions. A resilient leader is a sort of flexible thinker that ain't making a lot of assumptions. Here's what a resilient leader does. They gather the facts that they need to move around these obstacles, that they need to face these challenges head on. And if something ain't working, they make adjustments. Are you a flexible thinker? Are you the type of flexible thinker that finds the aspects of the challenge that's within your control, and then you exercise that control? Because inside every challenge, there are pieces you can deal with. Is that a fact? Is that the kind of leader you are? How flexible are you in your thinking? Or when you bump into a challenge, you'd be like, man, I knew this wasn't for me. I knew this wasn't going to work. Is that the way you deal with it? Or are you a flexible thinker? Scale of 1 to 10. Let me see it. How do you feel about your ability to be a flexible thinker? What kind of score do you give yourself on that? Your flexibility of thought. Let me see it. Here's the third one, y'all. Resilient leaders are mostly optimistic. You know, Tony Robbins always says there are 3 mandates of leadership, right? 1 is see it as it is, not worse than it is. 2, see it better than it is, right? After you see it as it is, now let's look for the things that, you know, give us some optimism. And then the third mandate, the third step after that is make it the way you see it. Make it the way you see it. You know, and I know that if you treat the man as he is, you'll make him worse. But if you treat the man or woman as they could be, they'll become what they should be. But that takes optimistic thinking. How optimistic are you? It's hard to bounce back from obstacles. It's hard to bounce back from setbacks when you see every speed bump as the end of the road. That's a speed bump. And research shows that optimists live longer than everybody else even. Why? What could do that? They say that optimists live as much as 9 years longer than pessimists. What's going on there? And you can't tell me it's just about positive thinking, because resilient people, they tend to see the risks, right? They tend to take precautions to prevent the problems, right? So you can't say that it's all positive thinking. There's some preparation in that bad boy. Hey, check this out. If you're ever optimistic about a situation and you want to appear smarter than you are, check this out, y'all. Would you believe me if I told you The main thing that you need to do, y'all, okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. So the main thing that you need to do if you ever want to show up to a situation and appear a lot smarter than you are, the main thing that you need to do, y'all, the main thing that you need to do is prepare. Preparation to most people looks like intelligence. Preparation to most people starts to look like genius. Preparation starts to look like you're magic or you're mystical or something, when really you're just prepared. As a matter of fact, there's a story about one of these famous magicians, and the man was able to walk up to the mayor of the town and do this trick where he pulled a playing card out the man's suit, right? And, you know, when they finally got to him and he revealed how he did the trick, 9 years before that, when this young man was just a rising star in the community, he messed around and connected with the dry cleaners, had the dry cleaner help him sew the card inside the man's jacket. 9 years later, it all paid off. That's called preparation. He goes in, he does this flowery trick, and he's able to, and then here's your card. And everybody's like, oh my God. Ah! And really, it was just preparation. You know, preparation makes you look smarter, y'all. Preparation makes you look way smarter. Am I making sense? And the more prepared you are, reason I shared that with you, is the more optimistic you can be. I hope that makes sense. Here's the fourth one. So where are you on optimism? Let me see you give yourself a score on that. Where's your score on optimism, y'all? Let me see it. Where's your score on optimism? Where's your score on optimism? What's up, Mandy? What's up, Willette? Where is your score on optimism? All right. I see you, Shirley. All right. Yeah. Preparation is definitely greater than optimism. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Over prepare and practice how you're going to perform. That's exactly right. Because practice don't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. Two different things. All right, here's a fourth one. They reach out. One thing about resilient people, they don't go at it alone. They have close friends. They ain't too proud to ask for help when they need it. They talk out their problems. They help other people who are in need. And when faced with a stressful situation, just knowing you got support makes you more resilient. They did this study with some rats. If you were on my last masterclass, how to join the top 1% and leave the 99% behind, no matter what your job, no matter what your company sells. Anybody make it to that masterclass? Y'all know what I'm talking about? I told them the story about this experiment that this guy named Charles Frick did back in the 50s, right? And what Charles Frick did was he did this experiment with these rats. And he had the rats swimming in a little jar, treading water until their legs gave out, right? The reason that people do studies with rats is that the rat brain is very, very similar to the human brain. That's why they do studies with rats, right? Check it out. What he discovered when he first put the rats in the jar is that they could last a maximum of 15 minutes before they would just drown. But he did something different the second time. Every so often, he would pull the rat out, pat it off, dry it off, and put it back in its little cage before he put it back in the water. Then he'd do it again. He'd pull it out after about 10 minutes, dry it off, pat it off, put it in its cage. The third time when he puts the rats back in the water, how long do you think they kept on swimming? How long do you think they kept going based on the idea that, hey, somebody coming to help? I got support out here. Somebody coming to save me. How long you think they lasted when at first they lasted 15 minutes? How long you think they lasted, Mandy? What's your best guess, LaRon? Barbara, Sade. What's up, Joy? What's up, Willette? What's up, Suna? Check this out, y'all. Did the rats last 30 minutes this time? Did they last an hour this time? Did they last 2 hours this time? The answer is they lasted 60 hours. 60 hours, y'all. That's not a typo. 2.5, what is that? 3.5 days. 3 days would be 72 hours. They lasted 60 hours. I think that's worth you knowing. And number 5 is they use their strengths. Number 4 is they reach out. Resilient people don't do it alone. They have close friends. They ain't too proud to ask for help, not because they're weak, but because they want to remain strong. They talk out their problems. They help other people that need it. So there's something in that bank account to withdraw, right? When they're faced with a stressful situation, just knowing you have support changes everything. It changes what your brain can do with your body even. And here's the 5th one. They use their strengths. Everybody has talents. Everybody has strengths. You have something you're better at naturally than I am. I have something I'm better at naturally than you do. When you're faced with a challenge, though, millionaire, this is where you want to tap into those strengths, the things that come naturally to you. When I was coming out of my homeless hell, what I tapped into was my power to communicate, my power to break down things that other people felt were kind of complex into something real simple. I just gave it everything I had. I didn't even have Wi-Fi where I was living at, but I had a data plan. When I started this good morning call right here, all I had going for me was a data plan from AT&T. You understand? But I knew I had a strength, and I knew that the purpose of my life was to use something I'm good at to help other people. I tell you this all the time, but write this down, millionaire. Passion times purpose, passion times service equals purpose. Everybody's always like, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? It's what you're good at times how you help people. That's your purpose. Write this down. Passion times service equals purpose. There's no way around it. Passion times service equals purpose. And it takes less energy to use your strengths. As a matter of fact, you're energized when you use your strengths instead of being pulled back by it. Know what your strengths are and use your strengths. And millionaires, you got to coach yourself. That's the last thing I'm going to say before we get out of here on this Leadership Thursday. You got to coach yourself. I'm asking you, out of these 5 resilience traits, which ones do you possess in abundance? Is it the authenticity? Is it the flexibility? Is it the optimism? Is it the ability to reach out to others? Is it the fact that you use your strengths? Which one is your most abundant trait? Can I see it in the chat, please? Which is your biggest challenge? So give me your biggest trait and then do a slash and your biggest challenge. Can you do that right now? How could you apply at least 3 of the traits that you possess in abundance to better navigate whatever challenge you're in? Maybe the challenge you're in is ranking up this next month. Maybe the challenge you're in is making a new sales record, a PBR, a personal best record, right? What is your challenge? How can you use the traits that you just now chose as the ones you're really good at to help you navigate that challenge, to help you alleviate some of your stress? I would really love to know. Let me know in the notes, even if you're watching a replay here. Welcome to a brand new month, y'all. We're going to finish this week out with Good Morning Millionaire. But as of Monday morning, now it's time to say goodbye. To all my young friends. Y'all know that song? Inbox me if you need the link to the academy. Inbox me if you need the link to the academy. You know, I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Now it's time to say goodbye. I don't know what's going on with this internet today. But I love y'all. We about to go meet up on Instagram right now. Come meet us over there. That's right, Black Excellence Month. Let's go. Let's go. You pay the tuition, just inboxing me for the link and I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. You join Kaizen Academy with the link. I'm going to email out the link today. And if you inbox me for the link on Facebook or Instagram, then I will give you the link. All right. Love y'all, man. And remember, either your mind has to expand to match your goals, or your goals will just start to shrink to match your mind. I'll see you over there on Instagram. Come on, let's recap together, y'all. Mr. Hazik Ali. Let's grow.